Hello, my dear children. Welcome back, welcome back. I know. Exams are super close, right? And this citizenship chapter, sometimes it can feel a little tricky. But tension not. I'm here and we are going to make this chapter super, super easy for you. Are you feeling that tension about the citizenship chapter? Just relax. Take a deep breath. We're going to make everything crystal clear in like 7 minutes flat, so you can score full marks without any stress. Ready? Let's go. Okay, first things first, let's talk about what citizenship even means. When I say citizen, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Probably your Aadhaar card, right? Or maybe your passport. But listen, the idea of citizenship is so much more than just an ID card. It's not just a piece of paper. It's this huge, powerful idea about who we are and where we belong. So, look at this definition. This is the textbook definition, but I want you to focus on just 2 words. See them? Full and equal. These are magical words. Full means you get all the rights, not just 1 or 2, the whole package. And equal, well, equal means it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, from Kashmir or Kanyakumari, everyone gets the same status. This, my dear children, is the heart of the entire chapter. If you get this, you get everything. This cartoon is just brilliant. It's kind of like citizenship debates, and let me tell you why. Have you ever tried to get onto a super crowded bus in your city? It's a fight, right? But once you're finally in and you've got your spot, what's the first thing you think? Oh, God, please, no more people, right? You want the driver to just go. Well, sometimes in a city or even a whole country, people start feeling that way about others. It creates this insider versus outsider feeling, especially when things like jobs or homes are scarce. So what's the big deal about this full and equal membership? What do you actually get? Well, you get a whole bunch of rights. Think of it like a welcome kit. You get civil rights, like freedom of speech. You get political rights, which means you can vote and choose your leaders. And you get socioeconomic rights, like the right to education. Basically, these are all the things the state promises you so you can live a good, dignified life. Okay, so this idea of equal rights for everyone is amazing, isn't it? It sounds perfect. But, and this is a big but, in the real world, is it always that simple? For many, many people, actually getting these rights is a daily fight. The promise is written down, but the reality on the street can be a totally different story. Just take a look at our big cities. Who are the people who build our metro lines and our apartments? The mechanics who fix our scooters? The didis who work in our homes? The baya who sells us vegetables? It's the urban poor, right? They literally make the city work. And they are citizens just like us. But my question is, do they always get to enjoy the full benefits of being a citizen? The truth is, for lakhs and lakhs of people who live in slums or on the pavements, life is a daily struggle. They give so much to the city, but they often don't have a secure home or even clean water. So you see the problem? On paper, they are citizens, but in reality, they face huge, huge challenges in actually enjoying the rights that are promised to them. But wait. Here comes the hopeful part. Citizens are not helpless. They can fight back for their rights. And this right here is a huge example. The Olga Tellis versus Bombay Municipal Corporation case from 1985. Basically, pavement dwellers were being kicked out of their homes. But they went to the Supreme Court, and guess what? The court said that the right to life isn't just about breathing. It also includes the right to livelihood, the right to earn your living. Isn't that amazing? It shows how our courts can protect even the most vulnerable citizen. So powerful.
Okay, so let's zoom out a bit. We've talked about individuals, now let's talk about the whole country. How does a country as massive and diverse as India define who is a citizen? What's our special formula?
And the answer is simple but beautiful. The people who wrote our Constitution, they had one big dream: to create an inclusive India. A nation where every single person felt like they belonged. You can think of it like a giant, colorful umbrella. Under this umbrella, it doesn't matter what your religion is, what language you speak, what culture you follow. If you're under the umbrella, you are Indian. That's why we are a secular and inclusive nation. The government doesn't pick favorites based on religion. We are all in this together. Now, this is a very important point for your exam, so listen up. How does someone become an Indian citizen? It's pretty straightforward. There are 4 main ways. 1, by birth, if you're born here. 2, by descent, meaning through your parents. 3, by registration. And 4, by something called naturalization. That's for a foreigner who has lived in India for many years and wants to make India their home.
Just remember these 4 points for your answer. Super simple. Okay, let's stretch our brains a little more now. Let's think beyond our borders. What happens to people who have no country at all? And is Indian citizen the only identity we have? Or is there something more? This is a really sad and difficult question. Just imagine, people who have to run away from their homes because of a war. They become refugees. And what if no other country gives them a place to stay? They become stateless. They literally have no state to protect them, no government to give them any rights. It's one of the biggest human problems in the world today. And that brings us to this really cool idea of global citizenship. See this comparison? National citizenship connects you to one country. But global citizenship is this idea that we are all connected as one human family. Remember the tsunami in 2004? Help came from every corner of the world. Why? Because people felt connected. They felt a responsibility. That's global citizenship. It's about caring for big world problems like climate change or helping people in another country after disaster. All right, my champions, ready for the final boss level? This is the most important part for your marks, so focus, focus, focus. We're going to look at 2 super important exam questions. If you nail these, you're totally sorted for this chapter. Okay, here comes question number 1. This is a classic 3 or 5 marker. It asks, what rights can citizens expect, and what are their obligations? See, it's 2 sides of the same coin. What do you get, and what do you have to give back? And this is exactly how you should write your answer. Simple points. For rights, just write down the 3 types we learned: civil, political, socioeconomic. And give 1 example for each. Boom. Then for obligations, write that you have to obey laws, pay taxes, respect other people's rights, and contribute to society. That's it. Full marks guaranteed. Ready for question 2? Now, this one is a bit of a thinking question. It says all citizens may be granted equal rights, but all may not be able to equally exercise them. Explain. It's basically asking you why there's a gap between the promise and the reality. And here are your magic points for the answer. Reason 1, poverty. It's a huge barrier. If someone is worried about their next meal, how can they think about other rights? Reason 2, social discrimination. Things like caste or gender can create unfair obstacles. And reason 3, a simple lack of awareness. Many people don't even know what their rights are. Just mention the example of the urban poor we talked about, and your teacher will be super impressed. So, as we come to the end, what's the big takeaway? Just remember this one thing. Citizenship is not a finished product. It's not like a book that you finish reading. It's more like a project, an ideal that we are all constantly working on, together, to make our society more fair and more equal for everyone. And I want to leave you with one little question to think about. What is one thing, just one small thing, that you can do to be a better, more active citizen in your school or your neighborhood? Maybe it's just helping a new kid in class feel welcome, or not throwing that wrapper on the street. Think about it. Okay, champions, that's all for today. You are going to do great. All the very, very best for your exams.